Welcome back to another Pocket Breakdowns. Today we're going to go over reads for some common route combinations that I like to use. The first concept we're going to go over today is called dagger, which for the purposes of the video today will show out of a trips look. You'll see this against a cover 3 and then also against a cover 6 look in today's video. So using our danger player principles from past videos, we are going to essentially cancel out the skinny post because the free safety in the middle of the field will likely have that covered. And now our corner becomes our danger player here because the corner may see the dig initially as a vertical threat and may jump to the hip of the outside receiver. If he does that, then we're going to take our chance throwing the wheel to the third receiver out of the backfield, who will likely get matched up with a strong safety as he approaches the flat. But once he leaves that flat and becomes more of a vertical route, he essentially should be passed off to the corner. Now, if the corner stays true to his deep third and doesn't run with the dig once he breaks, the dig should be able to find a window in between the linebacker's hook to curl zone and the flat concept that the strong safety should be covering. Now, against the cover 6, you may actually want to go to the backside here and work the smash concept, which we'll talk about in the next play as well. But if you were going to still stick to the play side of this dagger to the trips, you're going to assume that the corner's quarter coverage here would take the wheel and the safety's quarter coverage would take the skinny post. So the linebacker actually becomes the danger player here, though, because if the linebacker decides to run towards the flat as he sees the wheel approaching there, the dig should pop open behind his head. But if the linebacker drops more into a hook to curl zone, the wheel may be there earlier before he gets to the corner, then it might be a quick throw to him. The next play is a concept that's very frequently run in short yardage or goal line situations, and it's called stick. There's a lot of different variations of this play, but this is the one that I actually choose to utilize in my own playbook and play calling. Against the cover 3, we're assuming that the corner is going to be taking away the wheel route. However, if the hitch pushes vertical enough, that wheel may sneak behind his head and create a window for you to make that throw. The danger player here, however, becomes a strong safety because ultimately his responsibility is to get to the flats underneath that hitch. If he doesn't bail right from the snap, then you should be able to get that hitch in there quick. If he does bail like we're expecting him to, though, the inside slot, furthest most inside slot receiver running the out should be running away on a speed out, away from where the linebacker would ever be able to get to him. So an outside leverage throw there before he would get to the strong safety's flat coverage should be an easy win. Now, in the cover 6 look, the corner is actually your danger player now because if he drops to his true depth as he's supposed to for the quarter side over here, then he should be able to take away the wheel, but there's no way that anybody would be able to cover the hitch there. If he jumps up on the hitch when he sees the break, then the wheel should be there right over top of his head, assuming that the inside safety doesn't bail from his middle zone to come across the field. A good adjustment to that as a play caller would be to then send the furthest most inside receiver on a skinny post to occupy that safety. Now, as a play caller, we put together a lot of route combinations sometimes that one half of the field would work better to a cover 2 and the other might work better to a cover 3. In this circumstance, we have a play called crash, which is the combination of the play crossers and the play smash. So in this crash concept, we have this inside slot receiver running his crossing route. However, his depth of the route depends on what the safety does in the middle of the field. If the safety plays up, he's going to take this route deep and try to beat them over the top. If the safety drops into a deeper zone, he'll cross his face and try to make himself an available option on a dig. The danger player here, however, is actually the strong safety. We're assuming that the corner is going to take this dig as if it's a vertical route, and then when he breaks off, there's not much of a chance that the corner will have leverage to be able to make a play. However, the strong safety, if he floats more into a hook to curl for some reason, would be right in the middle of the way to make that throw. We are, however, hoping that this strong safety, though, sees the running back coming out into the flat and going into where his natural zone really would be. And that should make it so that the dig comes open right behind him. So if he runs to the dig, you throw the flat. If he runs to the flat, you throw the dig. Now, the crossers concept can work pretty well against a cover 2 with the danger player being the safety. However, in this circumstance, smash is the thing that we're going to go over. Smash is a major cover 2 beater that you'll hear called on a regular basis against a cover 2 because the leverage of these concepts is really difficult to be able to win against. We're assuming here that the corner's flat zone will take away the hitch. However, once he sees the vertical from the number 2 receiver, there's a chance that he may float underneath to try to be able to play both. If that's the case, we zip the ball into the hitch right away. If the corner stays up on the hitch, then the leverage of the outside corner route is what will win the play for you. Your slot should take this route vertical if the safety stays more towards the hash or middle of the field and he can get the outside leverage. But if the safety bails outside right away, he can flatten that route out and you can zip it towards the sideline for a nice little toe tap in the window. Lots to think about there, but hopefully this allows you to have more confidence to put the ball in the air and put some points on the board.